This is Kyle with Tomcat TV, and today I will be reacting to the sixth and final episode of season 1 of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I don't know if they plan on doing more. I'm kind of assuming a lot of these shows are just kind of, I guess, preludes to movies. So, for example, I'm guessing this is going to be a prelude to a new version of the Captain America movies, with obviously Sam as Captain America, which, you know what, I'm interested in. I'm definitely interested in watching it. I've been a little down on this show, honestly. I definitely don't think it's my favorite show out there right now, or that I've ever seen, obviously. But it's definitely not as bad as some. I have enjoyed aspects of this. I've enjoyed the action. I've enjoyed some of the personal struggles that a lot of them have gone through. I complained a little bit in the last episode about kind of a little bit of the political agenda that was going through on this. And then one of my subscribers actually commented and informed me of a few things that happened in the comics, which was actually very interesting. And also the kind of the perspective here that it wasn't necessarily about anything political. It was basically giving Sam a choice, and let me know if I misunderstood. Giving Sam a choice as to whether he was going to be better, or if he was still going to, love his country, defend it, and, be the new Captain America. So I do appreciate that quite a bit in that aspect of things. Like, again, I still think it's definitely not my favorite show, but I definitely do enjoy it. And I'm excited to see the finale and see how this wraps up and how this could possibly lead into any new Marvel movies as they come out. That being said, I know a lot of you are probably missing my daughter, so what I think I'm going to do is I'm actually going to include an up-to-date image of her, like probably right now. That way we can kind of see her. She's pretty stinking cute. She's getting a lot more aware of her surroundings, able to grab stuff a lot more, rolling over fairly consistently. So, pretty good. She's actually just over 4 months old at this point, 4 months and like a week or so. 4 months and a couple weeks or something to that effect. It's hard to keep track at a point, at least unless you're going month by month. But she's getting big. It's really great. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and get started on this. I am really excited to see the finale on this. We'll see what I think. Thank you. Let's go ahead and let's go ahead and get started. 3, 2, 1.
John F. Walker, you are hereby stripped of your title and authority as Captain America, effective immediately.
I do kind of feel bad for him because I do feel like he kind of got a bad rap. I think he's definitely a more interesting antagonist than Carly, that is for sure. I will be drinking Baja Blast. On my TikTok, I actually had done a few reviews of two different new Baja Blast flavors, which are pretty good actually. I have one of them on my fridge. It's the Baja Punch, which I think I like the most. I think the flavor of Baja Flash was better, but I'm not a fan of coconut, and so that smell was just kind of a little much for me. Here we go. I will say, honestly, something I do like about this is how it was shot. I think it's shot very well.
The movement is ready.
I mean, it's no Breaking Bad,
They're
but
not
it's good.
going to stop.
The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Oh, what is she up to? Oh, here we go. We gonna see him? Oh, it's so cool. That looks really good. That looks really good. I'm so into that. That looks really good. I am adoring that. It's so good. It's probably the most excited I've been throughout this entire thing. This is so good. Jeez.
You cost me a lot of money.
I love that. Looks good. So they trying to kidnap these people? Is that what's happening here? Am I just misunderstood? Did I miss it because I was too busy, getting excited? Whoa. Whoa. Dude, that was sick. That's so good. That's so good. I love how that looks so good. Why did it make you wait to see him? Jeez, bro. Oof.
See if anyone in there has flight training.
Oh, so you take out the pilot and then they can take over the flight? Jeez. Oh my gosh, really? That is so cool. Whoa. Whoa. What's he doing? Oh, Sam.
Light it up.
Oh my gosh. She is a sicko. Jeez.
Let's go. Get moving. Morgan Thaw!
Jeez, man.
I didn't mean to kill your friend. I don't want to hurt people that don't matter.
Whoa, that's not gonna make him happy. Yep, if he's going to go kill her, man. I mean, she's a terrorist and a nut job, and it's interesting. You see, he didn't show any interest in saving those hostages. He should just immediately went for his vendetta. It's gonna be a hard one to edit down. There's just so much going on. Ooh, no. Shoot, not good. Straight out of the water. Ooh, dude, gosh. Oh, man. Oh, bro. She still wants her hostages. Whoa. What's she doing? Oh my gosh. How do you... Sam can't catch... Or not Sam... Bucky can't catch that? Can he? His jetpack, that's awesome. Awesome. Okay. Yeah. That's awesome.
Drop your weapon, Carly.
Is she gonna kill her?
I'm disappointed in you.
That's what I was gonna say.
Does she know her? I knew she set her up with it, didn't she? Is she the actual...
You know, when
No.
you came to Madripoor, you reminded me of a young me. I took you in, gave you an opportunity,
Is she the power broker, I
and you
guess?
betrayed me.
Yeah, bro.
So you're the power broker. I'm done with these games.
She's so sketchy. Gosh dang it. That's really shocking.
Sam, stay back.
You killed 10 this time, then what, 100? Where does it end?
Don't try and manipulate me.
She's past saving. You can't save her at this point. She's killed so many people.
I'm not gonna fight you!
That's kind of lame. Oh, that's cool. I wonder if those are like vibranium wings too. I mean, okay. Sam, dude, she's a homicidal maniac who's willing to do anything and everything she can to reach her political ends, I guess. Did he hear anything about her being the power broker, though? Because she's sketch, man. She's really confused. She's just not stable, honestly. I mean, I could argue it is a little sad because she is unstable. She's not quite right. I mean, I don't know exactly everything that happened, but she's definitely been mistreated and manipulated by her. She's manipulated her. That is for sure. But And I think that kind of like whiny sort of baby complex is sort of like I'm entitled to everything complex that a lot of kids have nowadays kind of came out stronger in her whenever she took that serum. At least that's my theory. So she could recover, honestly. I mean, Steve's taken way more shots than that. I mean, from Bucky, right? Or those just, yeah, those are shots. Captain Falcon. That's so funny.
The terrorists only set us back a bit.
You have to stop calling them terrorists.
They are terrorists.
But you have no idea how complicated this situation is.
You know what? You're right. We finally have a common struggle now. How did it feel to be helpless and face a force so powerful it could erase half the planet?
You just don't understand.
I'm a black man carrying the stars and stripes. Every time I pick this thing up, I know there are millions of people out there who are going to hate me for it.
Which is true. I mean, in reality, there would be a lot that would.
Who's in the room with you when you're making those decisions? Is it the people you're going to impact? Or is it just more people like you? Look, you people have just as much power as an insane god or a misguided teenager. The question you have to ask yourself is, how are you going to use it?
Sorry, I was texting, and so all I heard was black man, stars and stripes.
Thanks.
You know, honestly, I like some of the points he made. I have to pause it. I actually enjoyed some of the points he made there. I don't agree with everything because obviously she is a terrorist. I understand the idea of what he's trying to say. Is you got to think about these people as not just refugees or not just as burdens, not just as terrorists, not just, think of them not just as politicians even, honestly. I mean, I understand what he's trying to say there. That being said, Carly was a terrorist. She was a murderer. Now, it is something where you do have, I'd say if you receive any sort of criticism, generally you need to kind of like think, okay, is there any of this criticism personally or, broadly from like, just your entire belief system? If there's any sort of criticism, I think you should step back, think, okay, why do I believe what I believe? What are they saying? Is there any validity to what they're saying? And then if not, why? If so, why? And I think that it influenced your judgment accordingly. So I can understand that. But that being said, I think not labeling her as a terrorist is a bad idea, because all that is going to do is encourage copycats. People who, go out and they do terrorist activities like what Carly was doing, and then they get their way, or it actually ends up making impact. It's going to influence things. It's going to have more people wanting to get out of there. They'll think that they can get their way. Now, that being said, obviously those people, whoever is being resettled or whatever, they need to be treated fairly, and it would be a hard situation. Now, I will ask also, how long has it been since the blip? There were obviously camps where people could go live, and if anyone has an answer, why don't those people have jobs? Why didn't they, if it's been like a year, why haven't they been making money? Why haven't they been out at least renting somewhere? Yes, it is unfortunate, obviously, if somebody moved into their home, but there's not a whole lot you can do about that at that point. They were legally dead for 5 years, right? You can't ask those. It's equally unfair to ask those people to move out of their house. So, honestly, I think the best that you could do at that point is, to even just, I just don't think it's the government's job to make our lives bearable. I think it's our job to work hard, to make money, to provide. Sure, it might be harder for others than some, harder for some than others, that is. But my father-in-law, he grew up in a less than reputable neighborhood in Burbank, California, and with a mother who, didn't necessarily pay a whole lot of attention to him, with a brother who didn't pay a whole lot of attention to him. And he still, he owns 2 businesses, basically. He actually even never went to college. And He owns 2 businesses, is incredibly successful, has a bunch of family and friends who love him. He just worked hard his entire life. He's a fantastic man. We'll say that. Anyways, I just wanted to put my 2 cents in there. That being said, Sam's speech overall I think was decent. I think his whole thing about how acknowledging how there will be some people who hate him for wearing the Stars and Stripes, which is absolutely true. There'd be so many people who would hate him for it, because there's so many people who hate the Stars and Stripes. And this is why I'm actually enjoying this, because I like the Captain America movies because they're inherently patriotic. Like, Winter Soldier is a very patriotic movie. Captain America First Avengers, very patriotic. Civil War, I don't know if that's as much of a focus, obviously. I mean, it still kind of has a lot of my feelings, and I side with Cap on a lot of that, because I don't like the idea of government getting too involved in things like what, you know, they're doing, obviously, or in things in general. But this finally is ended, basically in a moment where I do feel like it is a very patriotic ending, so far. I mean, I'm like halfway through the episode, but so far, this is really good. It's tops. Anyways, we'll go ahead and get started again.
One world, one people.
Bruh. Dude. He's happy they're dead. Did he make that call? That was his butler, dude. Okay.
Hey, what are you...
I'm not looking forward to this. I'm probably gonna cry.
Tell you about your son.
Tell me
He
the
was
whole story.
murdered by the Winter Soldier. And that was me.
Why, man? That poor old man. Poor Bucky. I couldn't imagine living with that. Did he get his name enlisted?
Now they'll never forget what you did for this country.
Captain America and the Winter Soldier. Awesome. Is that seriously the end? Oh my gosh. That felt like so stinking short. Was that short? That was really short, even with my like 3-minute long rant. That was just so well paced. Oh my gosh. And I had a heck of a time trying to get that cut down. That was a lot. That was a lot to deal with. I mean, obviously there's going to be an after credit scene, so let's get there. That being said, that was very, very well done. I'm incredibly happy with that. Jeez. I did feel for Isaiah. Because like I said in the last episode, even if I disagree with a lot of his worldviews, because obviously you can't take, like, I don't know. I mean, I didn't agree with everything on it, but obviously he had been wronged. He had been wronged completely. And as far as I know, just by nothing, like, by no fault of his own, those were circumstances to where he was tortured, and I can't get my thoughts together. But that being said, I mean, and that man deserved to have some recognition and to not be painted as a villain or even just painted out of history. So I'm really happy that happened with him. That is fantastic. And that got me right here. Especially for vets. I mean, and I think that's where it kind of gets me, is that as a vet, he deserves that recognition. Especially a man who was just tortured brutally. The fighting was fantastic in this, but that's, I mean, as much as that was, jeez, I don't even know what to say. It's crazy that the bad guys were killed like halfway through this episode. But there's so much character
Carter,
stuff.
on behalf of the United States
Oh, here we go.
intelligence community,
Pardon
I'd like to offer you and your family in your old division.
What's she gonna do?
Is that something you'd be interested in?
No.
It would be my honor.
No, really? She does? Okay, because she wants to be on the inside.
Start lining up our buyers. Super soldiers might be off the menu, but we're about to have full access to government secrets, prototype weapons.
Jeez. Jeez. I feel like she doesn't feel like a bad guy. I want to see more of it, though. I definitely want to see more with her. I want to see something like Captain America and Winter Soldier will return, or something like that. That'd be awesome. I'm sure that's the end of it, though. Dang, that's good. That's really good. We'll see if there's anything at the end of these credits. I feel like there are sometimes. Jeez. Okay, Disney Plus is just like crazy ridiculous when it comes to like any of the fast forwarding crap. Yeah, it's just all black. Is there anything there? There's not. Okay. Oh, daggone. Alright. Absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. That was really well done. What's crazy is I saw the rating for this episode like on IMDb, and it was rated fairly low compared, and that was my favorite episode of the whole thing. They wrapped it up so stinking well. Honestly, frankly, okay, so let's just kind of like back up a second. So most of WandaVision was fantastic. I feel like the best of WandaVision happened an episode or two before the actual finale. The finale was decent. It wasn't necessarily perfect, but obviously that was meant to. And I actually already knew this before my subscriber said this, but it's obviously supposed to lead into Doctor Strange, right, and the Multiverse of Madness. So I understand that that's not technically like a conclusion or a finale, technically, because it's supposed to lead in that. My gosh, I have an eyelash issue. So the finale wasn't like tops, although it was good, and I thought it was very worth it. It made me tear up, all that stuff. That being said, most of Falcon and the Winter Soldier, I mean, there had like the first episode I thought was decent. Second episode I liked a lot better, but then like kind of throughout it a little bit, I was just kind of a little bored, uninterested. I wanted to see a little bit more, but I didn't really care for Sam a whole lot. But he has grown on me so much. In that last episode, it really, really sold me on Sam as Captain America. I really loved that. The finale on this made that entire show work for me. This entire mini-series, or whatever they're going to do with this. Man, I love this. I want to see more of what they could do here, possibly. Especially love the patriotic attitude of this, because I'm a very patriotic. I love the USA, so I'm really excited to see this. I love the amount of support for veterans in that aspect. That really, really rung well with me. I love seeing Bucky's closure with the old man. That was just, heart-wrenching, to be quite honest. And then Sam and his talking about, now, I don't know if he was talking, obviously, about saying that people are going to be racist towards him, and not like he's wearing Captain America suit and have the shield and all that stuff. But I think and this could be just maybe my interpretation. I don't want to feel. I think he was just talking about how people who right now aren't very fond of America and think America was built on evil roots and all that stuff, how they're not going to like him. That's the feeling I got. But he's choosing to basically ignore that and fight for the country he loves anyways. And I do sometimes forget that Sam is also a veteran. I don't know why I do, but I tend to forget that. So I could honestly keep going on this, how much I like that. I really loved it. It was very well done. I'll be watching that. Honestly, even if I don't watch the whole series, I'll be watching that episode more than once. That is absolutely certain. So I'm so happy I watched this. So happy I stuck it out. Let me know what you thought. What did you think of the finale? Do you agree with that IMDb rating I looked at? Because I think, the episode before this one was like an 8.3 or something like that, or 8 out of 10. And this one was like a 7.3 or something crazy like that, which seems insanely low. I'd put this episode, I think the whole show as a whole, I would say I put it before this last episode, I would have put it at like maybe a 7.5. But honestly, after that, I'll definitely put it at like maybe between an 8 and an 8.5. I think that finale honestly really sold me on it. It really sold me on it. What did you think? Again, what did you think? What do you think of the rating that I put up there for it? Did you like the whole show as a whole? Or did you just like the finale? Or did you prefer just the finale? Or what did you think? Let me know down in the comments below, obviously. If there's anything I said that you disagree with, let me know of that as well. And like this video, subscribe, share, do whatever it is. I'd like to get my name out there as much as possible, and I appreciate people who want to support me on that as well. Let me know if there's anything else you want me to take a look at, because obviously straight after this, I'm going to go straight into Loki and get started on that one. But the next thing I'll be releasing after this video will obviously be the next episode of Invincible episode 4. So I'm really excited to watch that one too. And I think next week we'll have an episode of Loki. So stick around for that. Keep an eye out. Subscribe. Again, subscribe, please. I beg of you. I want to get to a lot. And also let me know if you would pay for a Patreon, if that's something you'd be interested in, to get full reactions. And help support me in another way. So just let me know down in the comments below if that's something you'd be interested in. So thank you so much for your support so far. I really do appreciate it. And I will see you in the next one.